Hello everyone. Today I'm working on a Audi A6 Quattro S line with a 2.7 liter twin turbo. These engines are commonly known to have camshaft sensors that go bad. And there's two camshaft sensors on this vehicle, obviously one for each bank. I believe this is bank 2 and that's bank 1. Well, bank 1 is simple and easy to get to. It's right there. You just take off the plastic cover that goes over the throttle body here that says the V6 Turbo by Turbo Audi logo there, and you can get access to it. There's two 10 mil bolts, and then there's that little clip right there with the spring. So that's that. It's pretty easy on that side. However, on the other side, it's in the rear of the vehicle, so you have to take a lot of stuff off. I did some research on YouTube, and unfortunately, nobody really has a good video on how to do this. So I'm not going to be a completely step-by-step, but because I have it already apart, I just put everything together, kind of to show our viewers how to do it, basically. So to start off, there's a Phillips head you have to take off here. You have to disconnect this hose here, which got the clip here. I took that off, and then I kind of swivel them back and forth to kind of loosen them up. I put a cap here. That was always helpful so the coolant doesn't drain. And then I put like a 3/8 extension in here just so it won't leak anymore. So set that aside. There's a little bracket underneath here that holds a coolant hose. You really can't see it there. And then there's a little bit of a fitting right there where it kind of slides into a little groove. So do the same with the hose up here. And then you should be able to just kind of lift it out. And it should pop out for the most part and set it to the side. Alright, so underneath here, usually you'd have a cover here. I already took that off to make it a little easier. This hose right here would be connected up there. That actually is connected to a fitting like that one right there. And I'll get to that in a second. Before you go about getting that, I would start off by unclipping this right here, which is, I believe, a vacuum line. I have mine already removed, so it'll just come right off easy here. But take it off here. I went ahead and I pulled this off as well to get a little bit more room up there. So I swivel this over, and then I set that back over there. So then this right here, it's gonna pull out. You set that over to the side. Now this right here, I'll pull this out obviously. This would have a clip there that'd be attached to that right there. Relatively simple. It's kind of a pain to get the clip off, but after you do, you can just kind of twist it and pull it right off. Set that to the side. This little nozzle here is going to be located right down in here. There's a little coolant bracket next to the sensor down there. Right there. You can see the hole right there, almost in the middle of the screen. That right there, you're just going to have to thread this off. It just obviously it has the threads there, so you just unscrew it. I forgot what size head it has, but usually you need a long extension. You pull that off. Then once you have this out of the way and that out of the way, I would go by disconnecting this line right here. And I can give you a little better shot over here. Okay. So disconnecting this over here. And then there's actually a little screw that is held onto, that holds a bracket on this metal piece right here. It's going to look like this guy right here. Unfortunately, you have to kind of reach in behind there, and it is located on a little bracket that mounts into the, in the block or the head. It's a pain, but you can get it out. I used a little Allen head, and after that I kind of just wiggled it off with my fingers. It was a pain. Definitely use a magnet with an extension on it. That'll help a lot. But once that's out of the way, you can get this kind of loosened. Also, I believe this is a water or coolant temperature sensor right there, the green right there. That's going to have one of those clips you have to pull off before you can pull all this out. So now that we've went through that, you can set this outside. There's two 10 mils on the camshaft sensor itself. You disconnect those two, and then it should loosely come off. The camshaft sensor obviously has a connector on the end, so you have to pull that off as well while you're in this place right here. Eventually, you'll get it out, and that's what you're basically looking at. So you get your crank or your camshaft right there. Let me get the light real quick and show you one more time. The camshaft right there. You've got your sensor or your connectors. That purple connector down there, that's the one that goes into the camshaft sensor. You just basically reinstall it, reverse, or go through the process reversely, and you're all set to go. And to indicate that this thing is bad, obviously you're going to throw a code, but there's some little dots right there where it kind of burned up, and that's how you'd know that if there's bad. I consulted with a mechanic and he said that, so I'm following his words, not mine. So, alright. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. I know when doing my research it was a complete pain and I couldn't find anything on it. So just take your time. It's being an Audi, it's definitely a difficult car to work on, but essentially it's just parts like the rest of them. So you can get in there, and with some time and effort and some special tools, you can get it done. So thank you very much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to put more videos of Audis and BMWs on there, and potentially whatever future projects I get into. Alright, thank you very much.